I'm the Babywearing Math Teacher, and today we're going to look at how to solve two-step equations. So the first thing I want to look at is just how to solve a simple equation. It could even be represented as an expression. If I was solving this equation, I would of course always follow order of operations, and I would want to multiply before I add. So I want to do 3 times negative 5 first to get negative 15, bring all this down, and then I'm going to add negative 15 plus 8, paying attention to my signs, and I'm going to get an answer of negative 7. Same thing down here, the only difference is now we're dividing. So I have 15 divided by 5 minus 2. Order of operations says we divide before we add or subtract. So I'm going to divide 15 by 5 and get 3 minus 2, which is 1. So up here, we did multiply, and then we added, and here we divided, and then we subtracted. So if I'm solving an equation with a variable, I'm going to do these steps backwards. So I just want to use inverse operations to undo what I did and isolate my variable. So if my last step here was to add, the first thing I want to do over here is to undo addition. So here I happen to be adding a negative, so the opposite of a negative 5 would be a positive 5. So I'm going to start by adding 5 to both sides. Here they cancel. I'm going to bring this down and get negative 24. Then up here, the first thing that I did was multiply. So over here, I'm going to undo the multiplication as my last step. So the opposite of multiply by negative 6 would be to divide by negative 6. So I divide both sides by negative 6, and here I'm going to get x equals 4. And you always want to check your work, unless of course you're an expert like me. I don't always check my work because I'm always right. But if you're not an expert like me, you need to check your work. So if x equals 4, I'm going to plug it back into the original equation using parentheses. So negative 6 times 4 minus 5. Negative 6 times 4 is negative 24, and negative 24 minus 5 is negative 29. And that's matching, so I know I'm correct. Alright, so now down here, we're going to do the opposite of this equation. So the last thing that I did was I subtracted. So here I don't have subtraction, but I have addition, which in order of operations, that comes at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and undo plus 5. The opposite of plus 5 is going to be adding a negative 5 or subtracting 5. So here they cancel. I'm going to bring down n divided by 6, and 7 minus 5 is 2. To undo my first step, which was division over here, that'll be my last step here. To undo division, instead of divide by 6, I multiply both sides by 6. So here they cancel, and n equals 12. Again, for all you non-experts out there, you're going to want to check your work. So if n equals 12, I want to plug it back into my original equation, and I have 12 divided by 6 plus 5, and that equals 7. So 12 divided by 6 is 2, and 2 plus 5 is 7, and that will work. So there you go, a quick lesson on how to solve two-step equations, brought to you by the Baby-Wearing Math Teacher, because math is so good.